What's going on, guys? And today I am rebuilding the Milwaukee Bucks. Haven't done a rebuilding video in quite some time, and I believe in a previous video I mentioned that I tried to do the rebuild, or start editing the rebuild. However, I had an issue where one of the videos I couldn't access it, but I got the video. So anyways, as I was going on and on about all this, let's start the video. First off, I'm trying to trade away Michael Carter-Williams and Greg Monroe, as I really don't like either of the players on this team and how they fit. So currently I'm trying to trade those two away, and I find a trade that I kind of like where I get DeAndre Jordan in return. I feel like he's a much better fit as a rim protector for this team, something that this team is severely lacking besides John Henson, who they don't give enough minutes to. So now I'm getting rid of some older guards with Jared Bayless and OJ Mayo, and I end up picking up Patrick Beverly and KJ McDaniels, who are a little bit younger, and I feel like they fit better with this team, especially in a defensive mentality. Now I'm just trading some guys who are at the end of the bench and who I never use, or I will never use. So I'm trading away all these guys you can see on the screen. I'm not going to go through all their names because they're essentially pointless to me. For I believe that was Ronnie Price and Archie Goodwin, some good backup guards I can use. Now I'm trading away Miles Plumlee and Grievous Vasquez, as I feel like they don't have a great fit on this team as well, as I feel like there's already enough depth where I just can't use them at their positions. So I'm trading those two away along with a pick for Rodney Stuckey and Solomon Hill. I really don't care about Solomon Hill, but Rodney Stuckey I like on this team. Now I'm trying to say Mario Chalmers, as I feel like he's a much better fit where he can play either guard position for me, and he's a decent shooter and a decent defender to round out this team. Now I'm trading some more guys who I know I'm not going to use. I ended up picking up someone who I really like in Gerald Green. He's really fun to use in every 2K game due to his immense athleticism and three-point shooting. Even though his defense isn't that great and he can't rebound or play make, those aren't really needed when you actually use him. I know I don't play a lot of games when I'm doing rebuilding videos, but I don't know. I just feel like he contributes to the team better than those guys that I had previously would. So anyways, we're simulating the first season as always. I don't know really what to expect. Of course, I want to make the playoffs every year, as I feel like this Bucks team is talented enough with a starting lineup of, I don't even know, at point guard. I believe it was Chalmers, but you have Middleton, Giannis, Jabari, and DeAndre Jordan. I feel like that team is well good enough to actually make the playoffs, if not compete for something. So I'm getting some random trades throughout the season. None of that I really care for or really care about. So anyways, as I'm simulating on and on, we start off pretty hot, but we're starting to cool down. If you see the screen right now, that's a lot of L's on the screen, taking a lot of L's. My team's not doing too well. However, I'm just trying to bust through this first season, as I really never ever have success within the first season. I believe the only time I ever did was back in last year, 2K15, I meant to say, using the Bulls, where I actually won 2 titles the first 2 years where I rebuilded them, just because that team was amazing last year, and for some reason they were always the title favorites. Anyways, as I keep on rambling on about stuff that really doesn't matter, we're going to the end of the season. We're finishing off, not too strong, but good enough to get us a decent seeding, where we finish off the season about to be here in about a week and a half. I started this way too early, but we're finishing off at a 43-39 record. And here you see some of the award winners. DeAndre Jordan actually won Defense Player of the Year, which happens very often. A lot of these you see pretty often with the awards, with Kevin Durant winning MVP. Jahlil Okafor was a little surprising, winning Rookie of the Year. You usually see that going to Towns or Moutier. At least I see it pretty often. So now we're going to the playoffs, and we're going up against the Bulls in the first round, which is actually what happened last year, and some shenanigans ensued between Mike Dunleavy and Giannis, where I believe Giannis just full body tackled him. I'm not really saying anything bad about Giannis, but I think he was pissing him off. In both ways, where they both get angered by each other, and Giannis just kind of let himself go. I mean, he's only 20 years old, or at the time he was 20. I believe he's 21 or 22 now. Not entirely sure, but I mean, not too surprising. Alright, anyways, the Spurs end up winning the title over the Cavaliers right now, with Kawhi Leonard winning Finals MVP once again, 2-time Finals MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard. So we're going on. Pablo Prigioni always retiring. He's kind of old. And you see some coaches retiring as well. Kind of surprising with Earl Watson after he only coached for a year. I believe this was actually first year ever coaching. In the draft, I picked up Tyler Ulis and Ron Baker. I simulated the draft, and I like that. those two guys who I got. So you see me just accepting the team offers and whatnot. So once again in free agency, I'm signing Mario Chalmers once again. Looking for who else I can sign and who I can use on my team. As you see, I just picked up Mario right there. Going on and on. I'm looking for some guys who I can sign on my team when I have some extra cap space. So I ended up signing Gerald Green to bring him back. So I brought back the guys from my team who I ended up getting throughout the season. So we're going to the camps to simulate some stuff. So I'm sending Giannis to perimeter shooting. And what did I just send right there? I think DeAndre Jordan to big man offense. I'm not positive. I went really fast. But anyways, I'm trading away Mario Chalmers and Patrick Beverley away, along with the first round pick, for Julius Randle and Jordan Clarkson. A very good trade in my opinion. So now I'm trying to get rid of DeAndre Jordan and Julius Randle, as I already have a power forward and DeAndre Jordan I feel like I can get someone better for. And I ended up picking up Hassan Whiteside, and I believe there was Amir Johnson as well, who really helps this team, where I feel like that Hassan Whiteside, even though he's not as good defender as he chases blocks, and you know it looks like when he chases blocks with those, even though he has incredible numbers, this game really doesn't matter about the fact in real life when players go around and just try to pad their stats with chasing blocks, just chasing rebounds too much. So I figured, why not pick him up? I probably could have gotten something better if I tried to dish him out individually. But, you know, I'm kind of not lazy, but I like to go through these rebuilds pretty quickly. You know, I always try to win a championship within 3 years, and I don't like spending too much time actually recording the videos, because, you know, sometimes they get boring. And like right now, our team isn't doing too well. We're dipping below 500. We're currently in the 10th spot, or like fluctuating from there, which is not very good, especially for a team that has a starting lineup of mine where it's the same core three, but throw in Jordan Clarkson and Hassan Whiteside. That team should definitely be at least top 5 in the East, I feel. As those three guys, I'm not even going to say their names, just refer to them as the core three, as I really like them a lot, and they have a good match, all of them, with offense and defense. Of course, Jabari is the least talented defensively. However, he's probably the most talented offensively. So they all balance out to be a really good offensive defensive matching. So we end up finishing 40 and 42. And here are some of the things that you saw. Ben Simmons won Rookie of the Year, and that's why I'm very high on Ben Simmons. Even though right now, quite personally, if I had the first pick, I actually might pick Brandon Ingram. My bad. I mean, there's some things between interviews and such. I know I'm going way too in depth about the actual draft. I might make a video about this, but I like Brandon Ingram a lot. He reminds me a lot of a weaker Kevin Durant. So I don't know exactly who he would be, but in the first round, we end up getting destroyed by the Cavaliers, and in the finals, you see right here that the Oklahoma City Thunder actually win their first title ever, and Kevin Durant gets that ring he's always been looking for, as the Cavs lose again in the finals. Not super surprising, but just saying it once again, yeah, I think right now, in terms of upside, I see Ben Simmons as a very, very rich man's Lamar Odom, while I find Brandon Ingram as a washed down Kevin Durant. So anyways, I'm going through all this right here, as you can see. It's pretty much Giannis Antetokounmpo with a jump shot. Anyways, as I'm going, I'm signing all these guys back onto my team. As you can see, I'm not going to go through all of them. A lot of them are just bench pieces. Getting Ron Baker back, of course. Signing Giannis once again. I believe I have to match his offer for some reason. I ended up picking up Bojan, or no, I did not pick him up, which I was really upset about, but I picked up Shabazz Napier, and now I'm sending, I believe that was Hassan Whiteside, to big man offense, and I'm sending Giannis again to perimeter shooting, as he really struggles from out there. I have to complete some more trades to just round it out once again. So I'm trading away Archie Goodwin and Gerald Green, and I ended up picking up the other Plumlee. He's a very good hustle player and whatnot. So I'm trading away Amir Johnson and Kevin Seraphin, who I don't even know how I picked up Kevin Seraphin. And I ended up getting Frank Kaminsky, bringing him back to Wisconsin, where he played college ball. I think he'd enjoy that, even though he likes to play in warmer weather. And I picked up Jeremy Grant right there. I went through it really quickly. It was just a small little trade I wanted to show you. So we're on our third season, the season where we're supposed to win the title. So here we are, and here we go. Now moving on to this season, I really want to win the title, but I don't know what it is with the Bucks. In almost every game, they're just very hard to rebuild in terms of, I don't know if I need to get rid of the core pieces of Giannis, Middleton, and Jabari, but I really want to keep them but they're just so hard to build around in terms of getting wins, where I like using them a lot. But the problem is, I don't know what's wrong with them. It's just that they can't rack up wins too well. I mean, my bench, I feel like is good enough. I still have Chalmers, I believe, and I have Plumlee off the bench, which are two guys who might be starting on not a lot of teams, but a pretty decent amount of teams. Or Plumlee actually starts for the Trailblazers, and Chalmers is a very good six-man. So I don't know why they're struggling so heavily. We're about halfway through the season. I'm rocking the 7th seed, about 8th seed around there. But we're just dipping and we're dropping games to easy teams. So we're heading into the All-Star weekend. At least we beat the Warriors, which is very good. Going on. And the trade deadline. And I don't do any trade deadline deals. They never work out for me. And yeah, I really don't know what to talk about because this team is actually kind of boring. Besides actually playing with them, because playing with this team is actually really fun. Where they're all athletic. And they're all really fun to use, and they work well together, surprisingly. They're all very tall, or at least have good size for the position. So this is actually a pretty fun team. So right there you see Russell Westbrook actually averages a triple-double, which is pretty surprising. Goran Dragic won 6th Man of the Year. And we're just going through all this stuff again. I believe not once did any of our players actually make it to an All-NBA team, which is really surprising. I know we never really went that far or did that well. I mean, we're a 4 seed now, which isn't too bad. Excuse me. But, I feel like we definitely should have got more recognition and got more All-Stars. I believe that Giannis was a 2-time All-Star during this. I didn't show it. And I think Hassan Whiteside might have been a 1-time All-Star. But we didn't get a lot of love. So, once again, the Celtics are actually the 1 seed again. I don't know how. I should have checked out their roster. But, anyways, we're heading over to the Simcast for Game 7, I believe this is. And I always do Simcast because I feel like of course you can control the game a lot better, where if it's ever getting out of hand, you just jump right in there. And, my bad. Wow, I'm getting the coughs. You can jump right in and just fix the problem. And this little thing that you always see me do, where I stop and go. I always feel like my team at least scores a point or two every time I do that. So that's why I continue doing it. So we end up winning 96-92. We have to simulate another game because you never know. I don't trust the regular sim game, so that's why we sim with Simcast, at least when the series are actually worth it. So now we're simulating, and we're having a pretty solid, comfortable lead of at least 10 to 15 throughout most of this game, which I like. And we're heading into the 4th quarter with a solid lead, and we're pulling away. And this is to make the conference finals, and we are able to do it. Win the game by 14 to face the Cavaliers in the conference finals. And this was a very, very tough series for me. The Cavs, even though they have a really terrible record, they were very talented to go up against. So I'm simulating this once again. I actually forgot that you can speed up the Simcast. I should have done that when I was recording. If you can see it down below, it says circle to stop, and then it's like the left stick. If you press it to the right, it actually speeds up pretty fast, which I should have done. I actually like that feature a lot. I wish 2K could do that for the actual simulating games, because those take way too long. But in terms of this is pretty effective, that simulating stuff. So we're moving on to the next game, and this is a very tight game, at least for the first quarter. Going into the second quarter, where have a margin of victory, a margin about 5 or so to 10. So that's kind of nerve-wracking, and I wish it was a little bit bigger. However, we're able to pull away towards the end with an 18-point lead right now, as you see on the screen. We're getting like a 26-point lead. This is ridiculous. So now we're going to, I believe this is actually Game 7 of the series, where I just simulated the last 3 games. Hopefully this will work out for me and my team, as the Bucks, I feel like they deserve a title. They haven't won one since, I believe, the 70s, when Kareem used to play for them. I believe he was still Lou Asendorf for a year or two on that team, but not for too long. But point being, it's been a very, very long time since the Bucks won a title, so I think they deserve it. And right here, I'm getting really nervous because it's a very close game, and I really don't trust 2K to give me the benefit of the doubt. So I end up simulating the game and stop simulating the game and jumping in. Now the Cavs have the ball in Game 7 with 21 seconds left in the finals, and this is very nervous. I'm speeding through it because it's a whole lot of nothing. And this is a pretty bad idea, fouling right here. I don't know, I just felt like it was not the smartest thing to do. But it ended up working out for me, as you'll see very quickly, as freaking Hassan Whiteside gets way up there for the block. We're running the break over to Clarkson, throwing up there, getting the and one to put the game up to with under 2 seconds left. Now the line has to be clutch, and he hits the free throw to put us up 3 with just fractions of not fractions, but just under 2 seconds left. Now this is where I got really nervous, because this game always screws with me, where some guy hits a ridiculous like full court shot, like right there. I thought he was gonna make it. I believe that's Kyrie Irving, but he ends up well short of that. So I'm pretty satisfied with this result going on, and I actually should simulate the Eastern Conference Finals, as this is a pretty cool little thing that a lot of people might not even know about, where they hoist up the little conference trophy, mainly because no one really cares about winning the conference, they care about winning the title. But I mean, that's still a pretty cool little thing they added in there. So we're about to win the series when going 3-0 up against the Thunder in the finals, who made it there for the second year in a row, I believe. So we have a very close game on our hands once again right here. I don't know what happened, and they just fell asleep for the first few games. In the last game, they're just trying to pick it up. So we're actually making a solid comeback right here. With about 2 minutes left, I'm getting nervous because it's a very close game. So I hop in with about 48 seconds left, and we're going into the game with a 2-point lead. Now, the team with Westbrook and Durant, I'm always nervous that they're going to do something. As you see Durant right there, wide open jumper, and he ends up missing it. And right there, somehow I let an open free throw, not open free throw, an open lane, rebounding lane that is. And Enes Kanter ends up getting the rebound. I don't think he made the free throw. No, he did not. However, Plumlee was able to hit this free throw. The first one he got fouled, you saw a little bit earlier. Going for the second one, and he bricks it. Oh, and right here I was getting really nervous. They end up missing, and I'm showing you the end of it. And right there, Plumlee ended up running down the court to get the 3-point lead. And right there, Russell Westbrook tried to go for the 3 to win the game and try to extend the series, but it doesn't matter. The Milwaukee Bucks end up winning the NBA title for the first time in years, decades, in this century, in this millennium. Yes, as you see those guys right there celebrating on the court, Jordan Clarkson, Giannis, and there goes a nice cream and gold just flowing from the ceiling. Everyone's happy, everyone's all excited. You're about to see Bill Russell, as he always shows you the finals trophy. Very nice thing to see. So crowds celebrating the same way they always had since 2K11 when it started playing 2K again. Westbrook's looking upset, but you know, Chris Middleton's coming over there to comfort him. It's alright, man, you look like a turtle, but it's all good, you already won a title. So of course the highlights that you just see Plumlee just doing a nice little tomahawk dunk. And as you see, Giannis is holding up that cheese trophy, which means that he won finals MVP. Good for him, especially where he came from, and a lot of people didn't believe him at draft night. I'm not going to say I did or did not, but hey, he made it a long way. So he won finals MVP trophy, and as this video is winding down, I'm going to show you the rosters of both teams, of course. And the Thunder have a pretty stacked team, as they kept most of their roster and added some really good pieces around it. However, if you watch this far, please give me a thumbs up down below. Comment what you think about this rebuild, what rebuild you want me to do next if you care. Otherwise, I'll just make rebuilds on my own. Share with your friends, and subscribe for more 2K content. You guys have been subscribing a lot lately, which makes me pretty happy, make me want to make more videos. I'm probably going to record one right after this. So yeah, anyways, thanks again for watching. You see Giannis win the finals MVP trophy with those pretty good numbers, as you can see on the screen. Really good block numbers, especially for a forward, small forward. So yeah, showing the retirees. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching, and of course, have a good day.